Hey guys, my name is Ilya Golnikov. I'm a physician in physical medicine and rehabilitation. I'm going to talk to you about wrist strengthening and prehabilitation drills. It's something that I see in my practice regularly as something that athletes are neglecting, and it's something that's really important because it's something that people get injured on really frequently and don't pay enough attention to. So listen up. So there's three parts to the process here of warming up and strengthening your wrists. The first part is going to be just increasing the temperature of your wrists, just doing a little bit of literally a warm-up. The next part is going to be some passive range of motion drills, and the last part is going to be some active range of motion. And really the meat of what we're going to be doing here is going to be some PNF style drills. So let's go right into it. The first step is really going to be your warm-up. You're really just trying to increase the temperature and really remove the adhesions in your wrists. The first thing I like to do is if you just kind of rub your wrists, really get that superficial fascial layer really separated from what's going on underneath. It also increases your sense of proprioception. Maybe you have a little bit of numbness or a little bit of tingling, anything going on in there. It really kind of helps with that. Just take a couple seconds, rub your wrists a little bit, really kind of get yourself thinking about them, engage with your wrists. The next thing I like to do is interlock your fingers and kind of just move your wrist back and forth. Try to go nice and slow through this. A lot of people rush through and they just quickly move their wrists around. Really go, again, nice and slow. Feel that proprioception of just moving your wrists. Start out kind of just going back and forth like this, and then slowly add in a little bit of rotation. Try to really feel where you have any pain, any limitations in your range of motion. Maybe stop there and kind of go back and forth on any particular corner where you may feel that you have any pain or any limitation in your range. And then as you keep doing this, you can give it a little bit more speed, but really kind of stay nice and slow. Really just feel out the entire range of your wrists. So this should get you a nice warm up. Really get your hands nice and warm. So the next step in what we're going to do is just increasing your passive range of motion in your wrists. Once you're nice and warm and you got a little bit of blood flow going in there, the first thing that I like to do is just kind of put your wrists down with your fingers out and just kind of lean side to side. Really get that wrist extension range of motion going. See just how far you can go on each side. And then move your hands around. You'll notice that in different positions, you'll have different range of motion in each wrist, and you'll feel pain or just a little bit of limitation differently as your hands go all the way around. And then the other thing you can do is with one hand forward, put your other hand on top. I'll demonstrate it going this way. And if you pull up with this arm, push down with this hand going down, you can traction your wrist. And then if you lean forward and lean into different corners of your range of motion, you'll find that you can increase that passive range of motion even further. And then lastly, the meat of these exercises is the active range of motion exercises. So what I want you guys to do here, I'll demonstrate this sideways again. You start with on your fists, and when you first do this, I want you to have your weight from your shoulders just directly over your wrist, but don't come out with your feet all the way back. Try to have a little bit of weight on your upper extremities, but not too much. And what we're going to do is slowly and under control move your wrists around throughout a range of motion. So you can go this way. If you give yourself a little bit of room for your elbows to travel, you can go down this way. And what this is really doing, it's really strengthening and stressing the different parts of your ligaments, tendons, and connective tissue in your wrist that you aren't really training. Otherwise, when you're bench pressing or doing any Olympic lifting, you're really using explosive movements, and that kind of damages the connective tissue in your wrist. So if you do these exercises, what it's really doing is kind of going through these movements slowly, and if you do them for sets of 10 or 15 reps per set, you're really building up slowly the connective tissue. So like I said, you can start moving it forward and backwards. You can also go, I turn this way to show you can also go sideways. This movement is particularly dangerous because this way it's really easy to go nice and slow. When you go this way, it's really tempting to just kind of drop. When you do this motion, make sure you keep your wrists closed. When you come down here, it's really tempting to kind of relax. Try to keep your wrists closed, your fingers as closed as possible, and try to go under control as much as you can. So I'll demonstrate it again. Keep your knees close to your hands when you start this. Don't put too much weight over your wrists. So down and up. Again, do these for sets of 5 to 10, maybe up to 15. It shouldn't hurt. You should not be going to failure on these. And it's also, again, like for the passive range of motion, you can start with your fists facing like you would in a push-up, but if you'll notice if you start turning your wrist to different angles, you start feeling different weak points. So I like to do 5 this way, turn my hands 45 degrees, go 5 this way, turn them to face, my knuckles are facing forward, do 5 this way, and then come back 45 degrees towards me, 5 that way, and then all the way towards me, and go 5 this way.